What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training. And today we're going to be breaking down what it takes to be a five-star wide receiver. So I hope this video helps you guys out. Hope it could teach you a few new things. But also, fellas, if you're a wide receiver and you would like to train with us this offseason, check out that very first link in the description below where you could get information on how you could sign up to train with us on our 15-state camp tour. We're going to be coming out to San Francisco, Miami, Las Vegas, Charlotte, Portland, Dallas, Nashville, Chicago, Buffalo, Atlanta, Houston, Philly, Detroit, Boise, and Los Angeles. If you guys are local to any one of those cities and would like to train with us, fellas, check out, again, that very first link in the description below. That's where you can find all the information and how you can sign up. Again, very first link in that description below. Let's get started. So we're going to be looking at some film here from Texas five-star wide receiver Dakorien Moore. So this is a great example of the types of plays that you need to have that deemed like five-star label around your name. And I'm going to tell you this right now, guys, the whole stars thing, it's complete crap. It does not matter. Nobody cares when you get to college what star you were. Not a single college coach even cares if you're a five-star, four-star, three-star. All they care about is the fact that you can play and you fit the mold of their team. Now, again, I'm not trying to take away anything from the five-star guys because the five-star guys are obviously extremely talented, but I guarantee you not a single one of those five-star guys set out to be like, oh, I'm going to go get stars. Oh, that's my goal. Because you hear, I get tons of questions. I get tons of comments of like, hey, coach, how can I'm a young receiver. How can I get ranked? How can I get recruiting stars? How can I do this? How can I do that? Your mind's in the wrong spot. You need to be focused on how you can be the best possible football player and how you could put together a highlight tape that is going to make you stand out to college coaches in the best way possible. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So this first example, again, you got to understand, like, the wide receiver position is one of the most competitive positions. What's always the most packed position at a camp, at a tryout, at a practice? Receiver. Everybody wants to be a receiver. Everybody wants to catch touchdowns. And in fact, honestly, it's probably one of the easier positions to start because there's four on the field usually at a given time, right? So it's a very competitive position. What are you going to do to make yourself stand out? And it's not going to be having wide open catches just like this. It's going to be having a wide open catch and then making somebody miss and turning that wide open catch into a touchdown, yards after the catch, yards after contact, turning a slant route into an 80-yard gain, essentially an explosive play. You guys got to understand, guys, that college coaches are looking for explosive playmakers. Now, I know the situation that some of you guys are in. You guys might be thinking, well, it's easy for you to say because this guy plays at, like a 6A school in Texas, right? So he's got a lot of eyeballs on him. That's why he's able to get ranked. And some of that's probably true, right? The only benefit of playing at a bigger school is that you're playing the best competition probably week in and week out, right? And I'd be lying to you if I said that that doesn't help your case in terms of the recruiting process, right? Because it does. If you're making plays against a DB who's got offers from like Ohio State or something like that, and you're routing him up the entire game, it's like, okay, yeah, that guy probably is going to play college football one day. But again, if you're playing against some scrub and you live, in like maybe like the middle of Indiana or whatever it is at a small like 2A school, it's harder to get noticed. And that's 100% fact. But at the end of the day, if you can play, you can play. College coaches are some of the best scouts in the world. You hear about the recruiting trips that they do. You hear about the amount of recruits and film that they watch. Guys, they know talent when they see it. And if you feel you're a Division I guy, you just have to have these types of plays all over your film. Because if it's been done before, somebody from a small town get recruited, you can do the same thing. You just got to look at what their film looks like, and I guarantee you it is explosive plays. Now, a lot of you guys have a problem with getting recruited because you're so one-dimensional. You may not have the most talented quarterback in the world. You may not have the most talented offensive line that can block for your quarterback. There are a lot of reasons as to why wide receivers don't necessarily get the opportunities that some of these guys get to make plays, right? Maybe you don't get a lot of receptions. You don't get a lot of targets. Maybe you're in a run-heavy offense. How do I get recruited from that perspective? And guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. The top players in the country every single year are something called athletes, which is what Dakorien Moore is. Look at it. He's not just a receiver. He's returning punts. He's returning kicks. He's maybe he'll help out in the run game. Like there's a guy out of Alabama. I think his name is Ryan Williams. I want to say he's another five-star guy. I think he's going to Alabama if I'm not mistaken. But long story short, that guy plays defense. That guy plays running back. That guy will play quarterback if they ask him to. That guy will play receiver. He makes plays all over the field. Guys, you just have to get on the field to make plays. A college coach is going to know based on your build, based on how you play the position, what your true position is. And at the end of the day, your goal should be getting to college and your school paid for and just being able to play football as long as you can, right? And if that means that you got to play other positions in high school, who cares? It's high school, guys. Like in college, not everybody's Travis Hunter who could go both ways. You just need to be able to get on the field in high school to make plays. You need to give yourself opportunities to make plays. And look at this player from Moore. Again, this isn't even a touchdown, but he catches a punt, makes somebody miss. Yards after contact, yards after the catch, showcasing his speed, showcasing his agility. Like, guys, this is what they want to see on film. So many receivers go about film the wrong way. Because at the end of the day, guys, you could know everybody. You could be on the best 7-on-7 team in the world, travel the country doing tournaments, going to every single camp. But if you cannot perform when the bright lights are on, you will not be able to play college football. And you could, and again, there are plenty of people who have the whole offer system rigged, right? They have the fake offers, you know, the non-committable offers. They get an offer as a freshman in high school without varsity film, and everybody will say like, oh, well, how do they have an offer, this, that, and everybody's worried about it, right? Guys, it's a total scam. Like, did you know you could pay for an offer, right? Like, you could get, there's a literal thing that goes around in the college football world that not everybody talks about, where an assistant coach at a school will get paid $2,000 to $5,000 under the table from some rich parent or whoever it is to give their son a non-committable verbal scholarship offer that you cannot commit on. Sometimes the head coach, offensive coordinator doesn't even know about it, just so they could post it on Twitter and look a certain way. Guys, it's all scam. The best football players, or the football players that play at the next level, are the best possible football players. Those are the guys that get the 5-star rankings, right? Even though the rankings are complete crap, it does not matter. Playing football at the next level, you make these types of plays to stand out. And if you're this type of player who's returning punts, returning kicks, explosive plays, usually the stars, the offers, all that stuff comes to you. You don't have to press for it. Your focus needs to be being the best possible football player you can be, getting on the field and making a ton of plays, especially if you're in a run-heavy offense, especially if you don't have a talented quarterback. Get on the field. Do whatever you can to make plays. Now, I'm talking about making plays, but what are some examples of it, right? So we talked about two already. We talked about an explosive play where you caught a pass, right? You made somebody miss and you scored, right? You returned a punt, made somebody miss, you got some good yards after contact, right? What are some other things? And what do you want to stay away from? What you want to stay away from is like the wide open catches. Like, let's say, for example, let's say you're a receiver and you got a DB lined up on you. And let's say it was like a 5-yard out and he crashed on the 5-yard out from the slot and you just kind of ran, you're wide open, you catch it, no safety at all, and you just walk into the end zone. It's not a highlight. Guys, there are thousands of receivers that can make that play. Let's say you're the receiver and it's man-to-man and you showcase a good route, like a good release, and you really show your speed. You got this ball, you catch this guy, you torch the DB, that's a highlight, right? You catching a wide open slant route in zone coverage and just like getting tackled, it's not a highlight. You catching a slant, breaking somebody, making somebody miss and turning up, that's a highlight. Guys, all these 5-star, 4-star recruits, like the legitimate ones, they have those plays all over their film. All over their film. And yes, their size, their speed, all that stuff plays a factor, but they have explosive plays. That's what you need. Explosive plays is what a college coach is going to be looking for. So now let's look at this last play here from Moore. And this is another thing that you guys should honestly try to think about, especially if you're maybe not the fastest or the most athletic receivers. Can you catch in traffic? Tough catches are one of the best ways that receivers can stand out. And these top-tier 5-star, 4-star recruitable guys, let's just call them recruitable guys, right? Power 5 players. Those guys have those tough catches all over their play, all over their highlights. Jump ball, catch in traffic, double coverage catches like this, diving catches, catching while you are getting hit. All of those things are defined by explosive plays. So again, this is not the only type, remember. Returning punts, blocking somebody. Blocking is very, very important, especially if you're in a run-heavy offense, if you want to be a recruitable guy. But those types of plays, guys, that is what a college coach looks for. That is what all these like recruiting, quote unquote, experts look for. Like, guys, the whole recruiting system, it's a total scam. Like, you got to be honest with yourself. Like, who makes up these rankings? Like, it's a bunch of dudes who are sitting in an office that never probably played football, number one. Number two, they want to try to get as many views as possible for their page, right? For their Instagram page or for their YouTube channel or for their website, because that's how they make money, guys, literally. The more views they get, the more money's in their pocket. It's the same thing with the videos I post on YouTube, right? Everybody knows their ads on these videos, right? Like from YouTube, right? You get a percentage. So the more views that I make on a video, the more money that I make off the video. It's pretty simple, right? Same thing for those guys. They make up the stars because 5-star wide receiver out of Alabama is a lot better than Ryan Williams, receiver, committed to Alabama. Like, it's just all about clicks. It's all about headlines, and they want to drive as much traffic as possible. So, guys, don't cares what some guy in an office has to say or what ranking he has to say. What matters, the impression that you want to leave, is you want to leave an impression on a college coach, the guy that can actually give you money to play for his school, which is a scholarship. And that's what all these guys are focused on. They're not focused on the stars. They're not focused on, how can I get my star ranking up so I can get an NIL. They want to play at the next level, and they want to be the best possible football player possible, and that is what you should focus on. That is how you guys can get attention. That's how you guys can get real recruiting attention. All the other stuff just kind of falls into place. All right, fellas, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. Always appreciate the feedback. It's always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like to train with us in 15 different cities across the country, check out that very first link in the description below. We're going all the way from Miami, Florida to Boise, Idaho, all over the country. So again, very first link in that description below. We'd love to have you out. I'll see you guys next time.